brings us to the fifth faction, Troglodytes. Troglodytes are the elemental race of Shadow, and like the others have three sub-factions. Firstly, the Trolloth are what we could call the regular Troglodytes. Now these trolls are armed with smashing weapons and thick armor. They're not particularly fast and not particularly accurate, but they do hit very hard. Compared to the brutal Banebrood faction, Trolloth are slower, but definitely less squishy. They can really go many rounds in melee. And one of their great advantages is that many of the models are armed with Morning Stars, which ignore shields, so making them even better against heavily armored enemies. Leading the Trolloth is the Obsidian Nightmare, who is a melee warlord who also possesses a few buffing tactics. So Trolloth are heavily armored, powerful troops with a lot of life points and also regeneration ability. Part of the subfaction consists of feral trolls, who are Trolloth that were struck by a sun curse and reverted into primitives. These savages are faster and have many attacks. They include the Hammerfist, who can knock down several models, and the mighty Flesh Pounder, who can pulverize enemies wearing heavy armor due to his direct damage attacks. So Trolloth should appeal to players who like big and brutal. And the subfaction does have surprisingly many strategic options. Moving on, we come to the Shadow Trolls subfaction. These ominous entities are creatures of shadow, clothed in armor and rags. They can move quickly and benefit from being ethereal, which halves damage that they receive. Their magic attacks can ignore armor, striking directly at flesh and organs, and what's more, they are also spellcasters. Even the units can cast spells, or some have magical abilities. They consist of the Long Shadows, which are the standard trooper, the buffing character called the Light Eater, who can hide units, and the terrifying warlord called the Obsidian Nightmare. This warlord is also a melee warrior and a spellcaster at the same time, with lots of life points, good armor, and ethereal ability. So Shadow Trolls are really an exotic warband and great fun to play, appealing to players who like something like demonic style factions of other games. Rounding out the Troglodytes are the Gnolls. Now these sneaky little creatures are a sort of goblinoid faction and function as a horde warband. They also have some powerful shooters and a bullying character to encourage them. Unique to the Gnolls is their possibility to take two warlords in a single warband. These devious leaders have several sneaky tricks to surprise enemy warbands. Gnoll leadership depends a lot on numbers, so as they die off, the unit leadership decreases. Now, to their credit, they are exceedingly fast and sneaky, being able to move through difficult terrain and swarm enemies. Other larger Trolloth models are also allowed to charge right through them. So, mixing the Troglodyte subfactions together allows you to create totally unique strategies with so many options. Because of this, I find Trogs endlessly challenging and fun to play.